as Terran.
SCV ready. SCV ready.
I'm gonna kill your drone this time. Well, there's some backstory.
SCV ready.
Oh, he's drone scouting, so we're definitely in diamond.
SCV ready.
But now he's gonna get your gas. You didn't kill the drone, so he wins round 1.
Command center upgrade.
Is that Phoenix?
SCV ready. SCV ready.
You know, he doesn't have an expansion, does he?
Your SCV.
No. If you see he has lings out, you need to go back. Okay, first off, don't SCV scout. See he's going pool first, and then just say, fuck it, my Reaper's going into the main to scout that he's going pool first, or something like. I don't know exactly what happened. Does he have a base? Oh, what a juke. What a player. Well, if you see he doesn't have a hatch, the Reaper needs to go home. Even though, I love this. You see, he's tricked you on your own map. I love it.
These are in danger.
There's something appropriate. Oh, you got the drone. Okay, I get it. Never mind. I'm calming down. I'm calming down. I get you were on the hunt. That's why you did this.
Under attack.
You know it's probably the wrong move, but you did it anyways because you're on the fucking hunt. I get it.
The enemy has targeted
Sometimes you just gotta get the bloodlust. It was a bad idea, but... Are you now wondering? Like, wait a second. Well, kind of gave that one away. That was actually... I kind of like that move. Not that it's, like, that great of an idea, but, like... It's super vulnerable to drops, but... Did you forget your second gas? You can't do a 2-1-1 and forget. Your second gas should start right after your factory. The second gas starts after your factory. Otherwise, you don't have enough gas to do a 2-1-1. Kind of fucks you over. Like, this starport is going to delay your stim, which defeats the entire purpose of doing the drop. So you can't forget the second gas. That's the summary. Like, if you forget it, you're just behind. You're too on top of the bants and not on top of the bill. Classic Diamond League mistake. No, that's not going to solve your problems. I see what you're trying to do, but that gas is not going to kick in time anyways, so it kind of defeats the purpose and hurts your mineral mining. That was not the right response. You don't want that gas. You don't want, like, gases 3 and 4 until, like, 34, 35 SCVs. You're at 28. But minimum, like, 35. So, yeah, that's gonna hurt you more. I like how you're getting a Widow Mine. You're kind of adapting a little bit. That's actually good. I like that. No. You don't. No, you can't afford another Rex. Okay, it's all falling apart. The third gas is hurting you badly now. Yeah, it hurts that much because, well, the fact that you're kind of gonna get supply blocked. You don't have enough minerals to continue marine production, and you're just look where your gas is. Let's just see where your gas ends up in like a minute. But you forgot you needed depots, which is gonna hurt your marine production. And then it's going to delay your medevacs anyways. So, let's just see where you're getting. Let's speed forward a minute before any of this. Let's go to 5:15. Now, here's the thing. You have enough gas for 2 more medevacs. Or, I mean, you can get +1. But you're not building SCVs right now. SCVs have slipped through the cracks. When this happens, when you do a build that isn't ideal, like, there's a reason you don't see Terrans at the pro level getting a 3rd barracks, is because when you build that barracks, SCVs are going to slip through. Now, of course, you're not constantly producing, but you're just not building enough SCVs is part of it. The benefit from the 2-1-1 is you can kind of control a Zerg, but it defeats the purpose of controlling a Zerg if you're also controlling yourself. Like, you're getting 2 more medevacs, but all you have at home is a Marauder and a Marine and a Widowmine. So these 2 more medevacs are what you could have built +1. +1 was the obvious choice. But upgrades first. After the first 2 medevacs, don't worry about more medevacs. That's a trap right there. A lot of players are like, well, I see beyond use medevacs and innovation. No more medevacs. Get your upgrades, third base, all this stuff. More SCVs. After the first 2, you just stop with the medevacs for a while and get everything to get your shit together. A lot of Terrans, this is a classic lower-level Terran mistake. It's like, I'm doing a thing, I'm gonna keep doing the thing. Alright? And you're like, hey, we're doing the thing. And that's it. And that's the end of the story. Like, we're doing the thing, and we're gonna keep doing it.
Ready for dust off.
Well, Widowmines are a deadly unit. I think that killed about 6 Marines and 20 Zerglings. And guess what happens while you're doing the thing? No third base, no upgrades, 900 minerals, no SCVs, like... Is that a changeling in with you there? I think it is. But now you remember, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be doing other things. But...
SCV ready.
yeah, the third base and the upgrades are the priorities. The 2 medevacs are not for killing units. The 2 medevacs are for just making sure they stay honest. Like, if they don't make units, then you do damage. But if they make units, you just kind of sit at the edge of the creep, and you just sit there. You sit there, and let them try to figure it out. Because behind it, you're getting more production. You're getting another base. You're getting upgrades. So if they're worrying about those 2 medevacs, which isn't much, then you're getting ahead. But if you commit and lose units and are forced away, well, he can just make a bunch of drones. He can get more tech. He can get upgrades. He can get another base. You've just taken all the pressure is gone. You don't want to trade with a Zerg at this time because you don't have a follower. Does that make sense? Like, you don't want to... You don't want to... That's like negotiating with terrorists, okay? If the first time you do it, if you make a trade, well, they're going to come back for a second time. But you have nothing to trade. You got 4 medevacs and 4 units and a Widowmine and a Changeling staring at it. So, you don't negotiate with the Zerg. You keep them in their place. That's what you do.
Oh, it's on.
SCV ready.
I don't know what we're doing here. Oh, getting that Ovi.
What's up? Gateway.
Ready for dust off.
Also, do I have to point out to you on your own map that you could have just taken your third at your third? It was right there. Why is it up here? You could have just built a third here. Like, you designed this map. That seems like a bit of a shoo-in.
Armed and ready.
Add-on operation.
SCV ready. SCV ready.
Despite all this, obviously, his macro isn't incredible.
SCV ready. SCV ready.
Research complete.
Who wants some?
If you right-click on a Changeling, it kills them, by the way. You can right-click on it. If you right-click on other friendly units, it doesn't kill them. But if you right-click on a Changeling, it kills them.
Your tiny
Ready for dust off.
Gateway coming through.
So now you have a bunch of medevacs, but your army, that's a bitch army. Now you've fallen... Oh, you've actually added on production. Okay, I was about to criticize you for... It was still late on the production, but you added it on. So I was about to criticize that. Nope. You need to check for 4th bases. You don't just go heads up. You need to know if this base exists. Like, this is the obvious target. You're not threatening anything here. You're threatening something here. You're not just going to attack in. You're not going for a win move here.
upgrade complete.
Okay, calm down, innovation. Let's see. No SCVs in production. Oh my god. So that went pretty well for you. But if you were building SCVs, getting upgrades, and... well, that went less well for you. I appreciate how deadly the Widow Mines are in this game. The best unit for both sides. 900 minerals. I mean... You keep attacking objectives that don't need to be attacked. You keep choosing the wrong objective. Like, I could tell you need to spend your money and make SCVs, but you already know that. You're just not doing it. But it seems simple, but it seems obvious when you look at it. But you need to attack objectives that make sense. Like, early on, it doesn't make sense to try to kill a Zerg. They're prepared for you, so your objective is to control them. Now, with a follow-up attack, your objective is the 4th base, to continue to control them. The 4th base is the vulnerable point and the important point. You're not trying to kill the Zerg. You're still not there. You know that. You knew that when you saw those units that you weren't going to kill them. But you tried anyways. You need to find the right location, the right objective. Objective gaming, alright? But you're just kind of going face first and hoping for the Widowmine hits, which will come through sometimes. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. But unfortunately, you haven't touched his economy, and you haven't really, like, killing Lings and Banes is good, but not good enough. He can just rebuild those. And he will. And now you're behind. Also, I think you're good on the medevacs. At some point, either you just build more bio, or you build well, there you go. There you go. Nice Liberator.
Our forces, we have used up a mineral field.
Like, a lot of this is just mechanics. Like, you just didn't build enough units or enough SCVs or enough upgrades. You knew what you wanted, kind of like our previous game, but you're not getting it as fast as you should. Now, it's a decision. Like, it doesn't take mechanics to realize where to attack them. That's the big thing. Like, if you want a quick tip that can be learned without practicing 3 hours a day, it's attack the right location. Attack towards the 4th base, so at least you have a chance of doing damage. Never attack directly into their face unless you think you have a winning army or need to have a winning army. Yeah, a Zerg is like an octopus. You gotta cut off enough of its arms so that it's crippled. If you try to attack its beak, and octopi have beaks, okay, it's important fact, then that's gonna be a lot more dangerous, because its arms are still flailing around. Alright, dangerous. But if you try to cut off its arms, that's usually a little bit easier. But once again, we're going for the face.
Our forces.
You don't go for the face. Yeah, the Octozerg. Okay, and never ever step on a creep until you know where his army is. You just... Not bad splits. It would be pretty great if you knew he was coming, though. Never... You do not touch the creep until you're ready to creep on... You gotta creep on him before you creep on him. Alright? Do not touch creep until you know where his army is. You just YOLO'd in. As soon as you see that purple goo, you calm down, you rethink what you're doing with your life. Okay, that applies in and out of StarCraft. But if you had just set up, if your Liberators and your Widow Mines were set up before this fight, and you baited him into your army, that's not a bad fight for you. You still got big Widow Mine hits. You just lost too many units in the initial wave. He just rolled over you, you just YOLO'd onto the creep. No touching. You did not see any units there. And anyways, you shouldn't be just moving onto the creep. You pre-split, you move in a few units, you try to bait out some Widow Mine hits or something. You just YOLO. And it's still gonna, like, imagine if you had 8 more Marines here. Which could have easily been done. Or 1 Liberator siege. Like, it's still okay. Imagine if you hadn't just lost, like, 40 supply before you did anything. Imagine 8 more Marines right now. That's all it would have taken. Like, you don't even need that much. If you had just simply not lost one less Baneling, and you would have maybe won the game there. Like, one less Baneling. Don't touch the creep. Get out ahead of it. Alright, you need to prepare for the fight. So many Terrans make that mistake where it's just like, here we go, boys!
Ready for dust off.
But you can't do that. Go for the arms, not the beak!
We have used up a mineral field.
SCV ready.
And now you don't have enough momentum, he's getting a hive tech. I mean, your upgrades are very good. That's what's carrying you.
Who wants some?
Once again, you're about to touch... You don't know what's behind there. You don't know what's behind there. If only... You don't know. You don't know. You're not paying attention. Oh, my God. You're getting fucking lucky is what you're doing. That was, like... Okay, you don't step onto the creep and then scan. You scan and then step onto the creep. Calm down. Jesus Christ.
Upgrade complete.
There you go. Okay, now you finally had some preparation. No, and then you let the... That's okay. You still have an idea of how much he has. You crazy devil. You've obviously played Marine Split No, no! Actually, you might be fine. Like, if any of these fights were 5% more efficient, you'd already be winning the game. But you keep just YOLOing and then being like, look at me, I've played MLG Marine Split Challenge. These are better than my Marine Splits. But I don't lose half my army off the bat most of the time. Not all the time, some of the time. But the splits are better than mine. I'll give you that. Like, but then, surprise, you still, you just haven't cut enough arms off. You keep going for the face. Don't go for lethal. Okay? Clear the board. Clear the board. You can't go for lethal. Just, not the face. Don't go for the face. If you had cut off the arms, then, we would have never gotten to this point, but still. If any of these fights have been like 5-10% more cost effective, then you've already won. Right. But now it's too late. He has ultras, and you can't really split against ultras. Not really. Now I know your feeling is, fuck this game. Zerg is just a move so easy. You're feeling what every other Terran feels. I'm gonna attack anyways, even though I know this is a terrible idea. Like,
Add-on complete.
oh, we're on the creep. With 0 Marauders. And it's still almost kind of happening.
Our forces have finished upgrading.
I'd love to say caught in a prison of your own design, but that would be both literal and a stretch at the same time. Why do you have so many build some goddamn tech labs, you lazy bastard. Stop trying to be innovation. Be a little bit more of me. Alright? I have bad micro, but I am Grandmaster. Why? Because I don't always go for the face.
Our base is besieged.
Well, maybe not as Terran, especially not against Zerg. But anyway. But you, my friend, love the face. And your micro is better than mine. When it comes to these armies, I'm actually, your micro is actually better than mine. I'm saying that, not as a joke. I'm actually impressed at these Marine splits. Now, if you didn't keep making Platinum League decisions, you'd be master.
Add-on operation.
Man, that is impressive micro. But impressive micro doesn't work against ultras.
Armed and ready.
Sometimes you just gotta know where and when to attack as opposed to how. You gotta apply pressure in the right points. You gotta cut off the arms, not go for the beak. I just want to see how this ends now. You're gonna die to Ultras. But you had many opportunities to not die to Ultras. There you go. Now you're scanning forward. It feels like you're learning on the fly a little. Or you're just really deathly afraid of Ultralisks, which are both accurate. But he's got too much of a bank. He's gonna run you over. Okay. God, those splits. Oh my god. Now you fucked that up. Oh. Like, the micro is so good. Oh my god, you won the fight! Oh shit! Unfortunately, he can make 6 more Ultras because you just never put any pressure on him. I don't... You won the fight! The problem is,
Upgrade complete.
you didn't go for the arms. I definitely would have lost the game there.
Vespine Geyser. Oh, it's on. We have used up a mineral field.
You can only micro so far, Beyond. Alright.
Base is under attack. We have used up a mineral field. The enemy base is attacked.
I think he learned that yesterday as well. Jesus.
It's about to get
That is impressive micro. But once again, the decision making is just like the macro was not there. It is there now. What do you have, fucking 13 barracks? Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. Like, holy shit. What? Wait, why is he GG? He's up by 50 supply. He just can't handle it anymore. It's just too good. The micro's just too good. He's up 53 supply. If only anyone played Archon mode, AVEX, I would suggest we go get rank 1 GM on Archon mode, but, like, unfortunately, nobody does. But yeah, that's actually way better micro than me. That is... He was just intimidated by how many of his units were dying when usually he just wins the game. I'm... Color me impressed. That's the wrong mix. This one. Yeah, that was well, you got your tips, right?
Be rewarded.
Allow yourself to relax.
The first game was Super Sheet 2 when I sniped all those veins. Thank you, Zulu Grab, as well.
Let go of any concerns that may be in your mind.
Like, if the macro was...
What
if
you've just been doing, about what
I don't know what happened there. Like, at some point you just decided to become a micro guy. Like, why are you running onto creep? You know you can do this. The only way you can't do that... The only way you can't do that is by running your... and going with your face onto creep. Like, you just... Was that just a handicap to make the fights fair? Because you knew if you had all your units it would be too easy? I don't...
Then let the breath soften into its own pattern.
I don't know, because it just seemed like when you started losing, you're finally like, now I will actually micro. I don't... I don't know. I'm impressed. So much better than me. Oh my god. I'm usually like, do I have enough units to just throw at them at the right place? No? Okay, fuck it. Ultras are bullshit. That's my thought process.
When you're ready, slowly open your eyes and